Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. Now, this is a complicated one because it's one of those ones where it's not being reported on right now, and I'm a bit concerned by it, and that's why I tweeted it out and stuff like that. It'll come apparent soon enough. But I hope you're doing well. I'm also recording these all out of, I realised, out of order. So that's fun this week. I hope you enjoy that. Maybe you can try and pin it together at when things were recorded at what time, depending on what sort of jumper I'm wearing. I don't know. It's an extra level of fun while I'm away in Wales. So it's going to be a complete washout. We've been looking forward to this for weeks. And at least Wales is being traditional. You know, let's be honest. We get right now, as you're watching this, we are getting the authentic experience of Wales. So I'm looking forward to it. I've not that we've been counting down the hours at all, Erin Dawes and I. No. Anyway, and then family after and stuff like that. But primarily, we're going to one of those glamping pod things. Yeah, I know. It wasn't my idea. Because I happen, while we're away, screw it. Screw it. We're at one of these glampy kind of thing. I suggested, because I'm a snobby little bugger, and I don't like interacting with people, right? I don't like big crowds. I don't like, it all goes back to the accident that we don't talk about, blah, 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 years ago. It's not all about me. But I said, I keep hearing that you can get these log cabins with a hot tub in the kind of the veranda area, and it'd just be nice to like be in the forest or something. We can have some nibbles. We can bubble and get all wrinkly like a prune in the hot tub and just chill out and just enjoy the nature and stuff like that. That's where it started. We've ended up in a glamping pod. So I don't know how this has happened. To the point where even the hot tub's a lie. It's not even there. It's a glam. Who knew? Right. Did you know this? A glamping pod makes it sound all nice, doesn't it? It sounds lovely. And I'm sure it will be lovely. And don't get me wrong. I'm sure I'm enjoying myself right now. But it doesn't have its own like bathroom. We didn't find this out until after we booked it. You have to do that kind of awkward campsite flip-flops dressing gown in the morning to walk to a shower block every day. During a washout or traditional Wales, whatever you want to call it. But so right now, as you're watching this, I am probably in my dressing gown with my rubber ducky and flip-flops walking across with my towel rolled under me armpit, squelching across to get a shower. When I was promised a log cabin with a hot tub. I'm sure if you squint. Oh, and the worst part, while we're sharing and caring and all that kind of stuff, the worst part is after we booked it. Right, okay, after the money, it only turns out that this site also has exactly what I asked for, don't they? Of course they do. So we've got to walk past. So I'm walking past what I wanted and had suggested it would be lovely to be in type thing, with side-eye evils at them as I'm walking flippity-floppity across to the shower block. So if that isn't a lovely vision of my break right now, I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's lovely. I'm sure it's going to be great, and I'm looking really forward. Actually, I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, now back to the shenanigans at hand. Now, there's now been 2 or 3 YouTube channels that have talked about this. Of a particular whistleblower from BT, allegedly. This is all allegedly, possibly, for legal purposes, completely pulling it out my flappy bot. It's complete lies. Don't take a word I'm saying, okay? I think we covered it. None of it's real. But there's alleged this whistleblower that has been talking to a selection of YouTube channels who allegedly works for BT and has spoken about how the network was allegedly hacked into during the year. Now, two reasons why I tweeted it out. Basically, I tweeted it out going that this needs a little bit more journalistic kind of look into type thing. Because there were certain red flags that, as a bit of a professional nerd, bit of a geek, red flags. As soon as like there's certain buzzwords or reading between the lines of what, like the clearly the people who were saying it, it's like a game of Chinese whispers, isn't it? The people saying it are not nerds, right? So they're basically kind of saying the wrong buzzword, if you get what I'm saying, what they were talking about. But it made some sense. And so now we've had that clear disclosure type thing of this is complete lies. Don't trust a word we're going to say in the next, however long this reading is going to be. It is all fiction. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here for legal purposes. Here is the question that came in from Linda. Hi, Gigi. Hello, darling. Saw your tweet about the network outage involving BT and EE. Could we have a reading on that, please, with 16 upvotes? So thank you very much, one, for being one of my lovely pixel stalkers over there on Twitter. Thank you very much, my sweet pea Linda. The links are down below if you. They're always down below, you know. So this really simply, is that at some point this year, and they're reporting a couple of months ago, there was a hack into the BT /EE mobile network. And what they allege is, careful Timothy, what they allege is that that happened and lots of data, not necessarily personal data at the moment, but data of the network, how it operates, was taken. Now, how do we explain this before we get like too complicated? BT Wholesale, yeah, we all know that, who does all the lines, okay? They own, bunny floppy ears, all the network of your landline, your fiber optics, that kind of stuff. And other networks, so Sky Broadband, EE, shocking, which is owned by BT. Remember BT Mobile, blended to that, yeah. And other things are all hiring, basically, from BT Wholesale, the network. Okay, so no one like from like PlusNet, which is owned by BT as well. Who knew? I did. All these other brands are renting space in your local exchange for their servers, but the actual infrastructure, apart from their servers, are BT operated, maintained, that kind of stuff. Even though it's been split off and it's a separate thing, it's basically the same. So yeah, okay. Similar thing happens on mobile networks. Okay, so the main infrastructure, there are only really I would say 2.5 now, like main networks. They all bounce off each other. They all use each other's network, but basically, infrastructure-wise, you have BT/EE, BT Mobile back in the day. Remember that? That's like they were building out the network, all the antennas and stuff. You then have /had 3 network and Vodafone network. Okay, now Three and Vodafone at some point this year merged together at somehow. I'm not really interested in them too, so I'm just. Yeah. But they merged together, combining their networks. They are now the 2.5. Okay, the other networks like O2, to some extent, piggyback on these two main networks. Okay. And infrastructure. Things like Tesco Mobile piggyback on O2, who piggyback on the. Do you see what I'm saying? It all kind of is quite complicated, but basically they all help each other out and rent each other's space out with each other. Allegedly, it all balances itself out and no money actually changes hands. But to get you an idea. So at some point, they're saying 2 months ago, but I keep saying that because I don't technically believe them on that. And I'll tell you in a minute why. At some point, someone hacked in to BT/EE network. This is what is alleged. And duplicated it. Now, what do I mean by that? They duplicated the software, how it is run. Now, that in itself would be meaningless. Okay, it's like copying Windows operating system, or I'm boiling it down, but basically it's like copying a website, free, like full type thing, like similar to what Internet Archive does. Because you can't, by copying it, it doesn't do anything. Do you see what I'm saying? There's no action. There's nothing involved. There's no kind of what. Alarm bell rang for me is something to do with keys, okay, which is it's a glorified password system. And so there is a for interactions for your mobile to go, yeah, I am part of this network. I have rights, access for this. I've paid my bill. I can contact this infrastructure. There is a public key. There's always a public key and a private key. So they use the public key to go, yeah, I'm part of the club, and the private key, if necessary, to go, I'm particularly this device on this account. Okay. What is being alleged is those were copied too. Okay. That's why I tweeted it out, that this needs journalistic investigation. This sounds dodgy as hell. And the other reason why I tweeted this out, no, this is not an advert for you should be following me on Twitter. And this is not, but I'm just saying, once again, cutting edge, ahead of the game, as always, here at the Greatest Good Village. The other element to this is that because I am on EE, because it gets the best signal for me, indoors is on 3. Whatever. They keep saying it's the best thing since sliced bread, and then bitches and moans every other month that something's not going right for them. Anyway, the reason why that alarm bells rang is because I witnessed it. It happened. You can Google it about the date that I think it happened. If this is the case, because we've still not had a reason why. And this is the important thing. At the end of July, maybe the first couple of days of August, this is why I said the 2 months thing doesn't compute for me. We had, end of July, I think it was more the end of July, but it may have been the first couple of days of August, a complete network shutdown. Nothing worked. No phone calls, no text messages, nothing. I didn't even know things were going wrong until I left my humble abode, because we're on, obviously the mobile phones on mobile devices on the internet, Wi-Fi. So I was still accepting calls. I was still getting calls and that kind of stuff and text messages, and I'm sending iMessages because I'm, part of that club and all that jazz. Nothing had been going wrong for me until I left my humble abode. I think we went shopping or something, and all of a sudden nothing was working. I was like, what's going on? I've paid the bill. What's going on? All that kind of that. And then after I come back, I started like, what is wrong with the EE network? And it was a complete shutdown. Nothing was working. So the fact that several months later that this whistleblower is starting to speak, and through other people on YouTube are saying this thing, it suddenly makes sense why we have never had a reason for what happened in July / a couple of days before, in August, whenever it was. If that, for me, because I lived it, suddenly is like, oh, now it makes sense. So that's why we're now doing this reading. Okay, I know this is a waffle. I apologize, but now you've got the background of it. So if this is true, because they've got the keys, not just the operating system, how the network works, but the keys, which is what is being alleged as well, a complete duplication of the network and how it runs is what is being alleged. And allegedly, at the moment, BT and EE for the last couple of months have been desperately trying to redo, but there's nothing being said. So, if this is true, it would mean that someone can now open and watch what is being transmitted on the network. Okay. And have been able to allege, and this is my bit, I've totally, we've said it, since possibly the end of July, if this is true. Okay. So this is what the reading is about. This is why no one in the mainstream media, no one, it seems to want to touch this. I've been keeping an eye on it for a while, and it's like nothing is coming out about it, which is understandable because you don't want panic. Now, what I would say is this. What has been alleged by these people, because it's clear that they don't quite know what is going on. No one knows, but, they're using the wrong buzzwords. And, you see what I'm saying? They are saying that they, because they've got the keys, they can look into your device. Now, I have stopped paying attention to what happens in Android side for many years ago, because it's just not, I don't use it, and I don't like it, right? That's just a snobby me, right? But there's technical reasons why I stopped paying attention to it, but primarily it's not a platform I'm interested in. So unless things have changed since I stopped paying attention to it, there is no way for them using these public-private keys, if they have access to them, to go into your device, okay? Because you still need, as a user, to authorize. A pop-up would come up, especially on an iPhone, a pop-up would come up going, excuse me, are you giving access for this camera or this thing or the whatever, yeah? Do you want to share this information? A pop-up, yeah? Yes, no. However, even though everything is encrypted to some extent, or that's what the HTTPS of a website is, as an example. So they wouldn't necessarily be able to see the data itself being transmitted, but they will be able to glean certain things from it, from the transmissions, if this is true. And so that's what we're looking into, and that's why Linda has asked it. So there, like I said, it's a situation where it could be potentially bad, but not as bad as maybe it is. It's serious, but not as bad, maybe, unless there's something else I'm missing from the reporting of, like I said, now 3 people reporting it. Yeah, but either way, it is potentially dodgy because, like I said at the beginning, people piggyback off each other's network. So even though it may be just BT/EE's network that's down in this instance, it can affect other consumers on other networks that have an agreement to... This is what I'm saying. Anyway, but we don't know. None of this is verbatim. None of this is for sure. None of this. It's all alleged and complete lies. So let's find out where this is going with the BTE. Can we ever find out what's happening if this is true for the greatest good for all concerned? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Dum-ta-dum-ta-dum-ta-dum. So, right. So, I hope you're doing well. Six of Cups. Innocence. King of Cups. Tower. They've tried this before. This feels like the hackers. This feels like the network. This is what's happened. Ironically, Tower, as we talk about mobile phone towers. This is almost feeling like it was inevitable. They've been waiting for something like this to happen. They've been trying to... This... it feels like they don't realize how much they've actually got. There's something here where it's like there's like a delusional kind of element, not like it's more naivety energy that I'm getting from the Six of Cups. They don't realize what actually they've done, but they've been doing it for some time, and up to this point, it's kind of been all right. The Tower card here, 7 of defending their ground, perseverance. This is them coding right now. This feels like, what do we need to do? How do we fix this? Blah, blah, blah. The Tower card is the attack. That is the event. Emperor, the authority. That would be the if this is the engineers kind of security team, that kind of thing digitally, this is the big boss at like the conference table, it feels like. 4 of Wands. I don't think this is as bad as what they... Security. This is weird. And I'll tell you the reason why it's weird, as we were very specific about what is being alleged. Okay? Because it took forever. I know. The fact that the 4 of Wands in the center here, happy home. It's almost like it's either like it's almost like keeping a front, keeping a face, because it came across as kind of like at the beginning, it kind of came across as it's 11/11 Make-A-Wish celebrations, happy home, blah blah blah, and it was kind of like a celebration of, oh, we defeated them again, kind of thing. But the more I'm sitting with the card, the more it's turning into kind of keeping face, keeping a front, keeping a... If you get me. The fact that we've got this like security blanket trying to sort this out, blah, blah, blah. Perseverance here of like putting the work in to try and fix the situation. You see what I'm saying? This is a very weird reading just with those cards, those 7 cards. It's very weird. There's like, I was going to say there's many layers like onions and ogres, but it's not. It's almost like columns of like different opinions, different like different opinions, different almost kind of, I don't know, belittling it. It's very odd. It's very odd. Because we've got the clarification here and they're putting the work in to try and recode the network. This down here is they're desperate for the security, fixing the security after the tower. That makes sense because that's what we were talking about, yeah? Basically broad strokes, that kind of thing. But then we've got the celebration and the emperor is just like puffing out his chest. It's kind of like, could be the CEO, could be it could be even higher up than that, maybe kind of like like the Mobile Network Association or something or other. Absolutely fine, the authority's absolutely good and all that kind of stuff. Yeah? Nothing to see here, kind of happy home, everything's good, and all that kind of stuff. But this kind of, it's almost like a swan. That's what I'm trying to say. Above the water, absolutely fine. Under the water, absolute panic going on. And this King of Cups feels as if they're the security guys, and they've been like, because they look like the way they're, because we look at the pretty pictures, looking at the Six of Cups here, and it's like, it's almost, he can see this is going to happen, and he's trying to make it happen, but he's not, I don't know, is there something like he's not doing anything about it, or he's not allowed to do anything about it, or there's, I don't know, it's very odd. It's very odd, but it feels like he is the whistleblower. You know, it's almost, the energy I'm getting between these two is like, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Yeah? And this investment over here is happening after the fact, if you see what I'm saying. Two of Swords, difficult decisions. It feels really difficult. Page of Wands. This is my Googling card, as most of you know by now. I'm probably bored of me saying, but this is their research. They're finding out. They're gaining the data and information and researching and all that kind of stuff. Notice how the Phoenix here is kind of looking up here as well. Wish come true. That's a weird energy. I think it's in reverse, to be honest with you. It feels like it's more about it's more about this up here, keeping the front for like so the stock doesn't go, or panic with their customers on the network, or that, you know, that kind of stuff. It feels as if there is more about whatever it is, it's not happy. It's like they're miffed, but it's for the wrong reasons. If you get me. Overarching energy, Three of Pentacles, team collaborating, trying to work together, trying to make things happen. Underlying, all they're burdened. Ten of Wands. I'm feeling a stress level there. It's palpable. It's like, so this team is desperately trying to fix the burden when this fella is trying to sort it out. Was trying to sort it out, but something along the lines of it, like the investment wouldn't come up front, or his wings were clipped in some way. Yeah, it's something going on like that, but that feels like the whistleblower. So now we've got the foundation of the reading, which is it's just a mess. This feels like a complete mess. Yeah, and the pressure is on. It's palpable. It's really kind of, there's something going on here. But let's have a look here with the prediction deck, which is all about the gossip, and then we'll have an outcome at the end. Okay, the gossip of the situation. While I'm shuffle these, please remember to subscribe and ding-a-ling that bell, and come and join the Greatest Good Village. I hope you're doing well and all that jazz. Please thummy like the video if you're enjoying it. Not necessarily the message, but, you know, if you're enjoying my company, it's very nice indeed. It's a warm, fuzzy feeling. And if you get the option to hype, then please do as well. Comment down below. That's where Linda did her thing and suggested a future reading down below. And that's where you can also upvote on other people's suggestions, as 16 other people did as well. So thank you for everybody who does that. It generally helps out. And I really enjoy our chit-chats that we get going down there. It's nice to... most of the time, to be honest with you, most of the time, I just sit back and watch like some sort of pervert in the corner, in the comments, just like, oh, that's an interesting take, or that's funny, or that's this, that, and the other. Kind of almost like Proud Parent is more like it, to be honest with you, because it's like, wow, we've got the village, it's communicating, it's doing its thing, they're making friends and influencing people and all that, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So I like it. So I rarely kind of poke my head up above the parapet and go, cooey. But yeah, I pay attention. I quite like it, to be honest. It's quite nice. Anyway, these are almost done. One more, I've been told, and then we can go with it. My throat is getting extraordinarily dry. Really dry. Let me get a slurp of coffee. But it's not me. That's the thing. Cheers, my dears, as always. But it just feels very... You know, when you get so nervous that you or anxious, or, you know, your just mouth just goes so dry. It's that sort of energy about it. It's just really weird. So, damage done. Yeah. King of Cups, fake news. Okay. We may need to clarify that, because, like I said, it was coming across as the whistleblower. Okay, what is going on then? Explosive situation. Yeah. Seven of Pentacles. Hiding something. Emperor, who feels like the board CEO, kind of foreign occupation. So that feels like it's it feels like it's someone like China, Russia, North Korea, that kind of ilk there. All right. I'm weirded out by the fake news here, because it's like explosive situation and hiding something. Oh. Shut up. Okay. Let me just put these down for a second. Let's just go the fake. Can we clarify the fake news, please? Can we clarify the fake news, please? Can we clarify the fake news, please? The greatest good. Thank you. Can we clarify the fake news, please? Thank you. Can we clarify the fake news, please? It feels like it's worse than what has been leaked. In fact, I'll tell you in a minute. Devil in reverse, overarching energy, trying to calm the situation. It feels like calm the F down card. Devil, excuse me, devil in reverse, not being truthful, obviously, fake news. But it's kind of like for the right reasons. What I was getting here was something along like, you remember back like, oh, what is it? I hate when I do this. It's like, of course, Roswell, like the weather balloon, that kind of thing. That's what I'm getting there. like the UFO, weather balloon, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Area 51, it's just, excuse, reason, stuff like that. Try and move away from the system. Something's already, something is really off. Really off. I mean, like, it is horrifically off. I mean, I'm sorry. There is what we spent 10 minutes explaining feels like the tip of the iceberg. This is oh no. This is bigger. This is much bigger than what I was alleging and still am alleging. For in fact, the whole thing was a complete fairy tale and a lie for legal purposes. This is only for entertainment purposes only. Remember that. This is catastrophic. Like this is like horrifically bad. This this is almost worst case scenario for some reason, and I don't get why. But I don't get. But then I'm thinking it in the realms of what was leaked. But now we know to get out of the situation, basically the bondage of it, it's a lie. It's a complete fabrication to almost belittle what really went on, dilute what really went on, what's really happening. Oh, I was having such a lovely day. Oh, no. 4 of Wands. Hiding something. Moon. Crap. 4 of Pentacles. Manipulation. 2 of Swords. Resigns, leaves office. So there's going to be heads rolling, but it's all going to be, like he's moving on. He wants to play more golf. He's retiring, whatever. Yeah. That's what that feels like. There's going to be some like people leaving BTEE, that sort of thing. Page of Wands. Disappointing outcome to the research. Being it's hell of a lot worse than it actually is. 9 of Cups. You reap what you sow. Remember, the 9 of Cups is kind of like disgust, like upset, for the wrong reasons, kind of thing. You reap what you sow. There needs to be an investigation. This is the investigation that needs to be done. Rule handover. Handover feels like the data, whatever this data is, what access they've got. Society collapse. This data breach, and I keep calling it a data breach because that's like what else? Because that's what's been kind of. This is way bigger than what we've just explained. And I know I keep saying that, but I'm flabbergasted by it. I am, if it's worse than what I said it was, and what is being reported, and it's all alleged, as we all know, it's like, how is this not mainstream news? How is it, if it's worse than what is being alleged, how is this not front page news? Do you know what I mean? It's like because what's worse, as an example, as we discussed, if they can get through the keys, that's a hell of a lot worse. If they can get through and actually interfere with the communication, that's a hell of a lot worse. If they can find a way of actually reading everything that is being transmitted back and forth to any device where you've got your mobile banking apps and all that kind of stuff going on, and everyone wants digital ID, and it'll be on the system. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the realms of a hell of a lot worse scenario. I'm speculating. I am just purely but I'm like the natural next steps, if you get me. Because this is horrific. The energy, it is like the worst case scenario times 10 type energy. It is never thought it would be possible kind of energy. Never, once in a lifetime kind of, how is this even type energy? This is massive. If this is I've been told this deck. So we're gonna go to the outcome here, but I am genuinely blown away by that. I don't know if you've noticed, genuinely blown away by this. And even now, with the moon card in the slap bang in the middle, hushing it up. And bearing in mind, there are laws that particularly state, because at this level, there's laws to particularly state that if you, GPR, whatever, whatever, that if you are hacked, you as an institution within a certain amount of days need to be publicly telling people about it. Yeah? Like M&S did, like Jaguar, which are still down, from what I can gather. Like every organization this year, there have been so many that I've actually I can't remember them now. But do you know what I mean? With ransomware and all that kind of stuff. This is not ransomware. This is something like next level. Because if they can do if they're if they can get past the keys, if they've got the keys and they can bypass, if that's the level that we're talking about here, then even we're talking text messages, we're talking emails, we're talking everything on a mobile phone device, allegedly, is like cling film, can see straight through it, that's the sort of level of craziness we're the energy that I'm getting here, right? That's the sort of I so hope I'm wrong. I genuinely hope I'm wrong. Please let make me be this. This is really bad. And even the people who sorry, it keeps coming back. If this is the case, if NHS app, oh, it's so convenient. Oh, it's so this and that. People use that. Cling film. If this is the level that we're talking about here, which is it tangibly feels like. Oh no. Oh, I'm trying to laugh, but this is pretty much everyone who's got a mobile phone kind of exposed kind of thing. It's that sort of this right. This is massive. So let me cut the deck. This is I'm just sorry, I'm still if you've got apps to CCTV. Yeah, if you've got apps for looking like the baby monitors and stuff like that, exposed. You know, it's that I'm literally going through trying to find an area that is not involved in this. But if it's like cling film, if they've broken through. Right. Magician manifesting. Well, we keep saying it's a worst nightmare. Worst situation. Nine of swords. The magician here, once again, is on the damage is done, the foreign occupation. It's like we may want to go and use the dinky deck to try and find out what else they want to do, if you get me. Now they've got access, now they've duplicated it, now they've gone worse, whatever that is. Well, we're putting the work in now, aren't we, loves? Happy home. 11-11. It's weird that it keeps coming back, isn't it? Everything's fine. It's all good. Knight of Pentacles. I'm trying to work out if that's money or data. I mean, like a dossier or information at the moment. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, we're going up there. Oh, we're going to have the King. But this is trying to be proactive. This is trying to be mumsy, trying to cover up. Half of me, like half of the energy here is like they're all trying to cover their own backsides. And half of it is genuinely trying to cut, help out society, help out the community, that kind of thing. It's a weird mix. But they're trying to be proactive. I don't know what this offering is, though. I don't know if it's ransomware kind of scenario where they've got to pay up to make it disappear kind of thing. But they're desperately trying to be proactive here. Manipulate. Calm down. Four of Swords again. Everything's fine. Resigns. King of Cups again. Disappointing outcome. Defending their ground. Reap what you sow. Truth coming out. So this feels very much like it's definitely trying to be self-contained, as we know, right? This Knight of Pentacles, I genuinely don't know if it's an offer to the magician to shut him up, to get rid of the, like, delete the data, to get all that kind of stuff, like ransomware as normal, or whether or not this is some sort of dossier information to report to people in like other people in control, if you get me, to be like proactive, mumsy, sort it out. It's very odd to me, the Four of Swords, sorry, not the Four of Swords, the Four of Wands here. Because it just feels as if uproot taken out, just wanted to come up there. It feels as if I keep okay. Between you and me, I'm going to expose myself a little bit, but you remember the song "Everything Is Awesome" from Lego Movie? Everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. That's what I keep hearing with the Four of Wands on both of them, especially when they're hiding something. Yeah. And then we've got the calm, chill, because we're manipulating something. Disappointing outcome, defending their ground, and then reap what you sow, because the exposure, the truth, knowledge, wisdom, clarity, information, data is rushed out. I wouldn't be surprised, as an example, because it seems to be happening every year recently, is that something normally kind of slips out like Christmas Day, or like New Year's, where it's just like mungled up with, oh look, Sydney have set off fireworks again. How novel. You know what I mean? It's like, while all that crud is going on and fluffiness sneaked out when no one's looking kind of thing. It's just like, so it's been reported, but it's like, it's hidden. It's kind of got that sort of energy here between these two cards. Overarching energy, Ace of Cups. Underlying energy, Two of Wands. So they're going to make a choice about what's happening here. This feels like The Ace of Cups feels left field to me. So I'm leaning back in my chair again to try and reflect on all this. The Ace of Cups feels left field to me in the sense of not BT, not EE, kind of like within the industry, kind of help, support. Here is data. Here is what we found. This is what really happened. This is how you fix it kind of energy. Okay. I think I need to go and Knight of Pentacles, Dinky Deck, just to clarify whether or not that is data. So we're looking for swords, or whether it's buying out, which is Pentacles, obviously. Just to clarify that. But this is an absolute nightmare. Right? They're trying to put the work in. Everything is awesome. They're proactively trying to fix this and protect the situation and that kind of stuff. I'll put this on the record now. Okay. Asterisk, put it on the record, see where this comes up. Okay, how this comes out. With the Four of Swords here, with the manipulation of the data and that kind of stuff, what I keep seeing, and this is like very odd, I know, but go with me, please. Hold my hand, come with me. You know that radar data is public domain, yeah, and everyone can see it, and it's all available. Anyone can check in on it, and anyone can. So that's how the system works. It's all freely available to everybody, and that's how you make sure that nothing bad happens. Yeah, it feels as if there is something like a radar for this industry. I'm desperately trying to think if there what it would be if I've heard of it, kind of thing, where the flight plan for this plane, as in keeping it going, is wrong. Okay, so what the black box says in the plane and what the official data, kind of open source, public domain radar data says, conflicts. There is a confliction there. It doesn't make sense. It's impossible kind of energy. That's what I'm getting with this chill out, calm the F down manipulation cards here. It's almost like we covered our own backs, but the black box and the available, freely available, open source, public domain, everyone's got access to it if they really want to go and look, data, there's a huge conflict. It's impossible kind of scenario. Okay? That's what I keep getting for that. Right. Can we clarify the Magician and the Knight of Pentacles, please? What is this offer? What is this offer? Let's keep it vague as possible. Remember, if it's data, information, a dossier, PDFs, emails, that kind of thing, documents. That's the word I was looking for. Documents. Then we're looking for swords. If it's money, a bribe, a payoff, ransomware, that kind of thing, it will be pentacles. Okay, that's basically what I'm looking behind the curtain a little bit. That's what I'm looking for. So one more. Okay, and cut the deck. We're going to cut in 3. Moon covering up. Yeah, we got that several times over. Swords. The betrayal of it, though. Swords. Pentacles. Okay. There is some sort of... This Page of Cups is a deal. It's not an exchange of money. It doesn't feel like an exchange of resources. It doesn't feel like an exchange of paperwork, information, data that we were looking at. It's literally a situation of they are so stuck and trapped, and it's basically helping out in some way. It's actual people doing something for them. It's basically blackmail, I suppose, is the best way to describe it, as like a nugget. You do this, we won't do anything else. We won't expose you. We won't do that. You know, it's that kind of thing. So they don't want money. They don't want resources necessarily. They don't want the information. They've already got that. They're stuck. They're trapped. BTEE, whatever, allegedly. They're trapped. They've got no other plan, an option, or anything else. They really are between a rock and a hard place. And so the offer here is quite simply kind of like, we agree to your terms of this third option, shall we say? I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. But it feels like it's got the energy, like, especially we've got rulership handover. It's got the energy of blackmail. It's got energy of no other choice. Yeah. So like, as an example, and I know this is going on forever, but it's so complicated. This is one of the most complicated readings I've actually done. It may not feel it or sound it, but it actually is. There is something along the lines of, as an example, if we just pretend that it's China who's done it, okay? China's the one who's done it. They want, as an example, a backdoor into the system. They want their equipment to be used so they can then like have backdoors there. As an example, you know, I'm obviously like Huawei or stuff like that, just like what we've heard before, shenanigans. And this Page of Cups is kind of like agreeing to it, to shut it down, to keep it quiet. This betrayal, this backstabbing, selling out kind of thing. Yeah. All right. Because they feel like they've got no other choice. No other choice. And it's interesting that the Nine of Cups has come out again, and the Nine of Swords has come out again. And oh, look, our old friend, the King of Cups, has come out again. And we all started off with the Six of Cups, didn't we? So it's like, these are the main culprits, as it were. Whoever this King of Cups is, who feels like it's not sitting well that he's lied, or not as bad, it's worse than he let out, kind of thing. The Nine of Cups, like I said, it feels like it's more about the kind of the status quo. It feels more kind of like it's not a wish coming true. It's more materialistic. It feels much more. It feels like it's all for the wrong reasons, kind of thing. It's not a wish come true. They're stuck, nightmare scenario, and it's all because of the Six of Cups. Yeah. So, anyway, we're going to leave this here for now. Like I said, nothing that's just happened is true. Let's make it simple, right? For legal purposes, there's nothing that I've said is absolute fabrication. It's complete lies, and I apologize for wasting the last hour of your life. There we go. Is that completely entertainment, and I hope to be writing the novels, I'm sure, very shortly. But this is the anyway. If you enjoyed this, then please thumb me like and hype if you can. It genuinely helps out the channel. Comment down below if you've been reading along, if you know who like the King of Cups might be and that kind of thing. This feels like, I'll finish off here. This feels like it is very much behind closed doors. Even the Queen of Cups feels like it's more, they're like communicating kind of militarily. It's not, it doesn't feel like there is government involvement, if you get me. It feels like it somehow is bypassing the usual chain of command, if that makes sense. It's kind of, it's off the record kind of energy. Anyway, but they're not covering their backside as well as they think they are. Okay. Anyway, until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again. Take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. Take care. See you later. Ta-ra.